Coming back with another NFL Week 12 prediction. Tonight, of course, I'm going to have a few people with me once we get everything sorted out. But for now, I got my man Jimbo. And before we get started, make sure you guys smash that like, that thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Of course, if you are new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be updated with streams just like this for the NFL, NBA, and more. All right, so we're going to get into Week 12. As far as your power rankings, we're going to start there. I'm just going to go down the list 1 through 15. All right, starting off, number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 3, Dallas Cowboys. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. Number 5, San Francisco 49ers. Number 6, Tennessee Titans. Number 7, Miami Dolphins. Number 8, Baltimore Ravens. Number 9, Minnesota Vikings. Number 10, Cincinnati Bengals. Number 11, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 12, Seattle Seahawks. 13, New England Patriots. 14, the Jets, which we got a lot to talk about there. And number 15, New York Giants. That is your NFL Week 12 power rankings. I don't agree with Kansas City being number 1. I just don't. And that's not because I'm a Kansas City Chiefs hater. I just feel like the Eagles should be number 1. They have a better ranking. What do you think, Jim?
The weird thing about some of these numbers are just with the Chiefs. Yeah, I'd say I'd put them number 3. Bills 1, San Francisco 2, easy.
Ooh, that's an interesting take.
I mean, I'd be, I know you're a big Bills fan, but I'd be willing to put those Niners in front right now. That looking at that squad and being as healthy as they are, they could be they could be dangerous.
What's up, JJ Smoke?
I do have that bet in when we talked about it earlier in the year. As soon as you said they got McCaffrey, before the numbers went wild, they got 16-1. They're already putting offers up higher.
So, okay.
They're already giving me offers for the Niners to win it.
I'm going to agree with you in certain aspects of it, right? They're ranked number 5 this week. I would say maybe number 4 because right now the 49ers are scary. Right now the 49ers are very scary.
That's what I'm saying is
I think people aren't really paying attention as much because everyone's like, oh, the Chiefs, oh, the Vikings, oh, the Bills. And I think the 49ers is that sleeper team that gets into the playoffs, may get to the Super Bowl, right? And I said this early in the year. I said I would want to see a Bills and 49ers Super Bowl. And I think it could potentially happen with this lineup that the 49ers have.
Yeah, just those studs on that offense to the Niners. That whole wide receiving staff is just stacked. Their offensive line, barring injury, they could easily walk through to the conference at least.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not hating on the Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't see why they're number 1. I think it should be the Philadelphia Eagles number 1. I go Kansas City Chiefs number 2.
Their defense is too, I'd say, a lot more questionable than the Niners or a couple other teams.
Without a doubt, you got to for KC to have these close games that they're having, and then Mahomes having to find a way to win. That shows a lot as far as with their defense.
Well, that's my other point. God forbid anybody if Mahomes goes down, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose, that's the one thing that kind of goes against my whole argument. Would be they do have a lot of players that can step up if people do get injured, but when it comes to anything happens to Mahomes, that team's done. That's
Well,
it.
and that could kind of be the same thing for even the Bills, and that's me being honest. Like if anything happens to Allen at this point,
And the Chiefs have been lucky as dogs right now. Just nothing's happened to them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we had like I said with the Bills, we had that little scare. Obviously, something happened with Allen between the Green Bay and the Jets game, and they kind of like kept it. I want to say it
Yeah,
was probably kept under wraps. It was probably
to
kept
me, it
under
looked
wraps.
like he bruised a few ribs, and I think
Yeah,
they just
well,
made it sound worse. Might
well,
have helped him out.
the elbow thing too, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right because Rogers was going on at the same time too.
Yeah.
He was having his elbow issues. Kind of took light off of it.
So, well, all right. So we just chopped it up as far as the power rankings. As far as like I said, I think it should be the Eagles number 1, Chiefs number 2, Bills number 3, Cowboys number 4, and then I would say 49ers number 5. That's where I
You
think
put them Eagles first.
I would put them
You're
first because
still
of their
keeping
record.
them up there, man. They can't stop the run, man.
They're 9-1. They're 9-1. You gotta give them their record.
Oh man. All
You gotta give
right.
them their record. And then you know who I put at number 6? The Vikings.
See, now that's the one thing. That's the one team I think might fall apart here. I don't know why. I just got a feeling the Vikings might just blow their chances this year.
What's up,
I mean,
man?
they kind of got exposed last week when you would just get being shut down. You just shut down Cook and Jeffries. It's over. They can't move. They can't move the
Look,
ball.
it's funny though. People have no respect for the ranking. They're like, oh, 9-1 doesn't matter. No, they should be number 1. They're not. They're 9-1. They have the best record in the league right now.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of their wins were some beastly wins.
All right. So now that we got through that, let's get on to Week 12 predictions. Here we go. All right. We have 3 games tomorrow, which I am going to be streaming all 3 games. We've got the Bills and Lions at 12:30. We got the Giants and Cowboys at 4:30, and then we have the Patriots and the Vikings at 8:30. So starting with the first game, Bills and Lions. Bills are favored by 9.5. The over/under is 54.5. I'm going to look into the injury report. Before I do that, matchup predictor is 82.7% for the Bills, 17.2% for the Lions. Obviously, Josh Allen, 2,930 yards, 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Goff with 2,442 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. On the rushing side, we have Allen with 483 yards, 4 touchdowns. Williams with 688 yards, 12 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, my man Stephon Diggs, coming through with 1,033 yards, 8 touchdowns. And Amon St. Brown coming through 594 yards, 3 touchdowns. As far as the Bills injury report, we have Kier Elam out, Greg Russo still out, Tremaine Edmonds is still out, AJ Espinosa is doubtful, Mitch Morse is questionable. And then for the Lions, we have Charles Harris out, Jonah Jackson out, Josh Reynolds questionable, Jeff Okuda and Josh Paschal out for the Lions. Spread is 9.5 points. Over and under is 45.5. Money line minus 440 on the Bills, plus 335 on the money line for the Lions. Now, I will say this. Obviously, you guys know that this is the team. You see the red jersey. You see the color rush. This is the new theme for Jay, the red color rush. I will be giving away a Josh Allen red color rush jersey tomorrow. So make sure you guys give your score predictions for that. That will be going down tomorrow during, after the game, obviously. After the game, because we have to figure out the score. But yeah, we're doing that. Got it here for you guys. As you can see, Josh Allen, red color rush jersey for you guys. It's a large. I also will include the receipt for it just in case you guys want to take it to the store to get a different size if you can, but that's all they had. This is the last one they had in Bills Mafia country. So there you go. All right. Obviously, I'm going Bills. I don't think they'll cover the spread, though. I think this may be a little closer than what they're thinking in Vegas for a couple of reasons. It's prime time, Thanksgiving Day. Detroit home field. I think it's going to be a close one, but we'll win it. We'll win it. But I
I
definitely
think the Bills are going to destroy them.
yeah.
I just got a feeling the Bills are either going to destroy them or just like command they're going to come out early, score like 24, and the Lions will just be stuck at like 3 for the first half, and then they'll get those garbage touchdowns later after you guys are up 34.
Well, Eric's
I got
saying 37-28. Duke's saying 38-24. George is saying 32-16. So, I mean, these are all, mostly close scores. But, I mean, if you look at what happened with the Browns, 31-23. The Minnesota game, 33-30. The Jets game, 20-17. Green Bay, 27-17. KC, 24-20. All these games are close.
Yep. Now this one on the betting end, I did take. I would put a sprinkle on Detroit first half, or just take the money line and just watch it like a hawk. You might catch the Lions throw everything they got at you, throw the kitchen sink at you in the first quarter. Just try to match what the Bills could do on offense, because they know their defense. They know their defense ain't going to stop you all day.
And I think that's why I figure it'll probably be, because we're still having issues at defense. So I definitely think it's still going to be a close game for the most part. Bills will win down the stretch.
Yeah, the Lions can't stop the run, which is I was looking at your past like 6 games. Your only losses was when Singletary got shut down. And mostly it was because of no reason, no fault of his own. It was just bad calls, just bad play calling.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only time you guys lost, is when Singletary had a game under 60. And when he did, it was like 20 yards, like 16 carries for 34 yards. Like, come on. You guys can't call one decent run the whole game to just squeak out of 50, 20 runs. You can't break one big. Come on.
I'm looking at the Lions' last 5 victories, or last 5 games. So we got, they just beat the Giants 31-18. They just beat the Bears 31-30, 1-point game. They beat Green Bay.
That was when Rodgers couldn't throw the ball past 5 yards.
Yeah, right. And they beat so they lost to Miami 31.
As long as the pass was a handoff.
Right. They lost to Dallas 24-6. I'm just looking over yards allowed. 273 passing yards allowed, 153 on the rushing side. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to eat them alive passing. Right now, Bills are allowing 239 yards passing, which I don't like. That goes back to the issues that we're having in the secondary, right?
Yep.
That's why Justin Jefferson was allowed to eat so much in the game against us when he got his sleeve and his gloves placed in the Hall of Fame. You gotta be kidding me. And then we were getting basically eaten alive in the run game against the Browns. That's 2 things right now that is really, really hurting our defense. Not figuring out, the run scenarios, and getting cooked, no pun intended, and the
right. But you guys work out of that message to, I think, everyone else. Like, shut down Cook and Jefferson. That's it. That was the only way you guys got beat by them.
Yeah.
That was the only way.
All right. So obviously going Bills. I'm gonna say by a touchdown. I'm not gonna say the full 9.5 spread. I say Bills win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm taking that -9 on them. I don't know why. I got a feeling they just destroy them.
All right. Yolanda says 35-21. Okay. I like it. Next up, we got Giants and Cowboys. Obviously, Giants coming off of a loss. Cowboys favored by 10. And as far as the matchup predictor, 12.2% for the Giants. They're both 7-3, which this should be a dogfight, but 87.7% for America's home team or America's team. 1,937 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Jones. 1,132 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Prescott. Could we say that Dak and Jones is the same quarterback with these stats right now? Is that possible? Can we say that? Barkley.
No.
That was gonna make some.
I don't know why. I'm not the hugest fan of Dak, but he's not a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
No, he's not a bad quarterback.
I wouldn't put him in the great crowd yet. I mean, you got to see if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guy puts up numbers, and he's always had that little threat to run. I mean, you can actually call like a designed run for him. That's a different part too. And a lot of other quarterbacks you can't even run that play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously leaning more towards the Cowboys in this for obvious reasons. You got Zeke just came back from the injury. Pollard, they're a great combination as far as for the run game.
Yeah, they got a little big roll in there now.
As far as injuries go,
that's the way I was leaning, but like I was doing a alternate universe on this, like a +7 for the Cowboys, because they always have that one big primetime game, like the Thanksgiving game, where they can't move the ball, and it's just a close game all day.
So as far as injuries, we're looking at for the Giants, Fabian Moreau is out, Joshua Izudu, John Feliciano, Shane Lemieux, and Evan Neal are out. And then for the Cowboys, Michael Parsons is questionable. Donovan Wilson is questionable. DeMarcus Lawrence questionable. Anthony Barr is out. And Dante Fowler is questionable as well. I still think defensively the Cowboys should be fine in this game. They've been tearing it up lately. They've been absolutely tearing it up on the defensive side. And
that defense. Yeah, I didn't realize really until today how good their defense is playing.
Yeah. As far as yards allowed, they're only allowing 201 passing yards per game at this point, and they're only allowing 136 rushing. Now, on the flip side, though, the Giants are only allowing 223 yards passing and 135 rushing. So this game may be a little bit more even than what we think it is.
Yeah, this one, I got a feeling like this is the one where I really want to put a good piece on Barkley to break like a 20-yarder. I mean, the line shouldn't be that ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
he's going to get one,
at least
barring an injury.
Yeah, he's definitely going to burn for at least 20 yards on a run. I would say that the Dallas Cowboys may keep him under 100 though.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that they'll probably keep him under 100.
Well, yeah. And his number is really low. It's only like 78, not even. I don't think it's 72. I was looking at it earlier.
Let me look up the stats here. He's
averaging 72.5. Saquon's only 72.5, but I got a feeling they're going to be stuck using them all day unless they get pounded into the ground early. That'd be the only reason I see Saquon not getting there. Like, as if they take him out of the game for the fourth quarter, just save him.
Well, I think the Cowboys are definitely going to come up with a scheme to stop the run game. They're going to make Jones pass. They're definitely going to make Jones pass. So if Jones is made to pass in this game, you're probably going to see him get under about, like I said, under 100, possibly even 80.
Yeah, and those passing props are wild. They don't even, what was it? Daniel Jones is plus 160 under one touchdown.
Yeah, that's
And then the overs minus 215, a touch, 0.5. So they're not expecting him to do much. All Dallas has to do is shut down the run game. They'll be all right.
yeah. They shut down the run game. They'll win this. So yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas. I'm gonna go Dallas on this.
That might be a good game. That might be a good one to put a pick on Daniel Jones. Dallas always likes to come up with one of them every Thanksgiving.
Right? At least one. At least.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll take Dallas for the points in that. They're favored by 10. Over under is 45 and a
And I
half.
meant to say -7. I think it's only like minus 140 or 155. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless it's an all-out blowout, I think they'll just cover a touchdown.
Okay. All right, next up, it's going to be Patriots, Vikings. Patriots are 6-4. Vikings are 8-2. Vikings are favored by 2.5. Over under is 42.5. Getting into the matchup predictor, 36.9% for the Patriots, 62.7% for the Vikings. As far as the injury report, we have Marcus Jones, Yadni Kajusti, Devontae Parker, David Andrews, and Isaiah Wynn, either questionable or out for the Patriots. For the Vikings, we have Christian Durasaw, Dalvin Tomlinson, Caleb Evans, Andrew Booth Jr., and BC Johnson, either out or on IR for the Vikings. Like I said, spread is 2.5. Vikings are favored. They are at home on Thanksgiving. I don't see how the Patriots could get a victory from the Vikings at home with the way that they've been playing, especially after the beating they just took. I don't think it happens twice in a row.
Yeah, I don't know how you keep that offense down. I mean, as much as we were hating on the Vikings that much, but
like I said, it always goes back to this. They gave their all, okay, when it came to beating the Bills. And if you're like, why did they lose against the Dallas Cowboys? Well, them boys they were tired. They were tired. They gave their all to beat the Bills, and they went to Dallas. They probably
he's
partied it
going
up.
there.
Yeah, they partied it up because they beat the Bills. They went to Dallas unprepared, got smoked, and there you go. Now, on the flip side, the Patriots won against the Jets in a game that was 10-3. Okay, so I highly doubt that the Vikings are going to allow the Patriots to come into their house after what just happened against the Cowboys and not put on a show. So I'm going Vikings on this. Obviously, I would just go money line because the points really don't even matter at this point at 2.5.
Yeah, this was one of those. I was looking at the lines, like, man, they got New England awfully close for this game for reasons I'm still trying to find right now. But unless, like we were talking before, maybe some formulas have been figured out. And with the Patriots, as good as their defense is, they could shut down Cook and Jefferson and just see what happens.
My fault. I've been corrected by Jonas. It was Cowboys at the Vikings. I do apologize. Yeah, I was thrown off by that the other game. So yeah, it was the Vikings at the Cowboys. Either way, or I'm sorry, it was the Cowboys at the Vikings. Either way, I don't see them. I don't see them letting that happen. Again. So, all right. Let's see. Next up, it's going to be Sunday game.
Yeah, Mortal's got a good point. Patriots special teams could play a factor in this game. They always play a factor at Thanksgiving. Something always happens in every game.
Is that the same? Is that the same special teams that beat the Jets?
Primetime nerves, baby. They could get them.
Prime time nerves. Next up, Sunday games. It's going to be first one, Buccaneers Browns. Now this is an interesting one. Buccaneers are 5-5. Browns are 3-7. This is the game Is this the game where Deshaun comes back?
What's that?
Is this the game that Deshaun comes back against the Buccaneers?
Oh. How many weeks did he get? 12? No, man. I haven't thought about that in a while. Well, and I haven't seen it come up in any news, so it can't be yet.
Yeah, it would have been like such a big.
Would have been a headline.
It is not saying. Why isn't it? Why is there like no update for this? Like, there's got to be something somewhere. So that was October, 9 hours ago. Okay. When will Deshaun Watson be back? One of the major offseason storylines. Come on. Here we go. Watson update. Watson returns to the Browns practice facilities on October 10th. Can begin participating in team practices fully on November 14th. Cleveland's coaching staff worked in conjunction with Watson during. Okay, when is he playing?
Yeah, and the lines aren't exactly giving you anything on him right now.
Week 13 next week against the Texans. So we have Jacoby for one more week with the Browns, and then next week he'll play the Texans.
This one, I think the Bucs might easily take it. I mean, their defense hasn't been doing great, but if Brady could give them 21 points against that offense, I heard a big injury earlier that he's not coming back for a while there. The Browns center, he's out. And after they lost him last week, they could not run. That was Chubb's, what was it, like 20-something carries for 30 yards, not even. Or like something crazy. He put up like 20 yards last week. And it was all after there was a good stat. I read after the center went out, they averaged minus 0.6 yards before contact. That's brutal. You're getting hit behind the line every run. That's not a good stat.
So Joe is saying, yo, Jay, are we going to beat the Lions tomorrow? Of course. Of course we're going to beat the Lions tomorrow. Shout out to you, Joe. Eric's going with the dog pound. I got to go with the Buccaneers on this one. I don't think that Chubb is going to be able to get off as many runs against the Buccaneers. And, this would be Tom's third straight win against the Browns. I don't think he's looking to break that streak on Sunday.
Yeah, I'd even go as far as taking that 3.5 to the Bucs. Minus 3.5 at minus 180. I don't think not enough. I think the Bucs will take them. I mean, that you shut down the Browns running game, that ship has sailed too.
Yeah. So, we're going Bucs. Over-under is 42.5. I think this will be a low-scoring game, though. I probably will take the under on that one.
Immortal gets it.
Jonas, Tampa Bay. Yeah, bro. We agree
the old school Urlacher on.
My upset taking the Browns. I see you, George. All right. Next up, Bengals and Titans. Bengals are 6-4. Titans 7-3. Has Burrow really came back to prove himself? That is the question. Has Burrow really came back to prove himself at this point in the season?
I mean, working without his number one, his best friend for years and years.
Best friend.
That's tough after seeing what's happening around the league. Like losing one receiver just throws the whole system out of whack.
But he still got Boyd over there.
I got a feeling this is the week where he gets that soft passing offense. He can figure out something to do, and Chase might come back. He's still questionable to come back.
Well, let me look at
I
the
haven't
injury.
heard, I haven't heard a definite yay or nay.
Chase Hip was listed as a limited practice participant Wednesday. That was 4 hours ago. So he had
Like
limited practice.
and that could be one of those where he starts, game goes haywire, like sit him. It's because he's still hurt.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's a 3-point spread. Bengals
yeah,
are
that's just
favored.
one of those I didn't want to even think about until you hear about Jamar.
Yeah.
If he comes back, he might be ready to go, being out so long.
Yeah, the Bills need the Titans to lose, so I have to go with the Bengals on this one, regardless.
Yeah, the Titans have struggled. I've noticed most of their big wins.
But we have to give credit where credit is due. The Titans came out swinging against Kansas City, and I think people try to overlook that, right? I really think they try to overlook that. Vrabel has become a coach that can try to figure out teams at this point. And Tannehill was interestingly accurate that night.
Yeah.
I
do remember some of them throws, man. He was spotting the ball over 2 layers of defense and dropping it 5 yards short of the third. Like, man.
It was wild, right? It was where did this Tannehill come from? What's going on? Did they give him a bigger check? What is going on? I think, right, this is
turn that all Madden mode on, man.
It's going to be a dogfight. My biggest problem is, and I've been saying this every week, I don't trust Joe Burrow in that offensive line, right? They did squeak out a win.
He is running for his life back there again.
Well,
it's back to the old Bengals troubles.
They beat the Steelers. It was 37-30. All right, it was 37-30. Titans just beat Green Bay 27-17. Which one is the better victory, right? Which one's the better victory?
That's a good point.
I mean, I have to go with the Titans against Green Bay, to be honest, because Pittsburgh is in shambles right now. Sorry to my Pittsburgh fans.
And still, Rodgers had the bum elbow and thumb. I'm not trying to give Rodgers excuses, but I feel like that offense would be coming back together if Rodgers wasn't so banged up. I mean, that was funny watching him hand the ball off 10 times in a row. And they're like, what's wrong? They must just be calling run plays now. Like, what are you talking about? They're down 7 points. Something's wrong. Don't try to hide that Rodgers is all banged up.
If Rodgers
got a thumb, an elbow, a shoulder, or this and that. But he's all the factors got.
If Rodgers wasn't such a diva, the Green Bay way better than where they are.
Like I said, he likes to go on certain TV shows, but he's allowed to throw his team down the drain. I guess that's the difference, though, man, when he is your team.
Right. What's up, JJ Smoke 62? How you doing?
That's the one guy I could see looking at the sideline, all right, I ran your plays. And he just waits for more. Can I do it now?
His thumb is dislocated and broken, but come on now. Really?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is that the guy's been playing hurt, and then he got the elbow 3 weeks ago.
All right.
But he can't sit there and use it all year. All right, well, why don't you just take 2 weeks, heal up,
and stop being a diva? How about
that?
All right, so I'm going Bengals for the Bengals versus the Titans. Ooh. Next up is going to be Texans and the Dolphins. This should be an easy one. Texans are just hot dog water right now.
Yeah, Dolphins. Dolphins should run them over.
Yeah, it's a 13.5 spread. Over under is 47. This should be an easy victory for the Dolphins. But
Tua should be able to roll on that defense.
He should be. And you know what the problem is? The problem is this. This is one of those games where we know what's going to happen, right? We all know that the Dolphins should win,
Should we all put a big question mark over it? Just make like, all right, Jay said so. Watch this one.
Right. No, everyone in the chat's agreeing. Look,
the foil hat game of the week.
Joe says Dolphins easy. Eric's saying Texans. That's interesting, Eric. All right. Duke says Dolphins. Immortal says Fins up.
I have to start doing a foil hat game of the week.
So this might be that game, right? And then Eric would be sitting back. I told you guys, Texans win by 3 points. So I'm going to say that the Dolphins should win, but anything can happen. All right. Next up is going to be Bears and Jets. Joe Flacco is coming back. I want to get into this.
Oh, my Bears.
I want to get into this conversation. Zach Wilson is benched. Zach Wilson is benched. And you know what's crazy is
on the other side, this is of course the week. Oh, Justin Fields, my other shoulder hurts now. I went down hard in that last minute.
Right? It's absolutely wild. Okay? It's absolutely wild.
I think I did. Here's my thing. Still took this, that 38.5. I think I still took that under. Like, well, unless Montgomery and I don't know who the Jets could throw out there to just run all day.
Well, okay. So they sit Zach, little Zachy, Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah, and he's
Here's my thing. The problem with Zach Wilson is this: the team carried him, right? The defense and the running back or the running game is what won the games for the Jets. It wasn't Zach Wilson, and he got really cocky because the team won. You can't get cocky because the team is winning.
Yeah.
He basically acted like it was him doing it himself. And then guess what? When he lost to the Patriots, they said, do you think you let your defense down? He says no. With authority. He said it with his chest.
Yeah, he said it with his chest.
He said it with his chest. He's like, no. It's like, and he like said it again. He said it twice. And I'm sitting there like, I'm laughing in my head because I'm like, yo, like you threw like 9 passes for 74 yards, bro.
Yeah, you can't go into halftime with 2 yards and say I didn't do nothing wrong.
Right? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, look, that's not there.
What is going on? So I sat there and like I laughed about it in my head, and I was actually going to make a video. I'm like, well, is Zach going to be the new?
You called Manziel? It. You called it during your last few streams. You're like, man, he called out the whole team. That ain't good.
I said it. I was like,
no accountability, and that was his exact apology video.
As soon as he said that, I said,
and he was already benched. I was like, man, Jay called it again.
he called it. I said it. Listen, I was like, when he said no, he called out the whole locker room. Like I said, if I was a part of this team, if I was his wide receiver, I'd be pissed off. I'm like, yo, I'm probably gonna hit you up in the locker room. We gotta have a conversation.
That had to be the last straw. For the past 2 years, he's been throwing 55% completion rate, I think I heard. And this is his second, this is his second chance because he was hurt last year. Or he was playing hurt, whatever they claimed. So, I don't know. I think it'd be nice to see Mike White out there. I mean, I remember the one game last year they threw him in. He lit it up like Brady in his prime.
Right. So, you know what? I think
it'd be against my Bears. I hate it, but we make bad quarterbacks look good. We got a skill.
Are we going with the Bears against Flacco, or are we going with Flacco against the Bears?
That's Mike White. Mike White's starting, supposedly, so far. So far, he took the number 2 spot in week 8, I think.
Yeah. So, I think I got to go with Flacco. Unfortunately, I got to go with Flacco on this because I feel like for 2 reasons, right? He's going to come out there and be like, "This is my job. This is what I should do." I think Flacco's going to come out there and ball out. And obviously Zach's going to have to sit there with the dunce.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Falco isn't. He's not starting, or Flacco isn't starting.
Yeah, he is.
They got him higher than Mike White starting.
Hold on. It said in the news yesterday that Flacco would be, but hold on, let me just confirm. Oh, they switched it 3 hours ago. So now they're going with White. Okay.
Yeah, that was the article I read. I'm guessing we're looking at the same one now.
Yeah, we're looking at the same one now. So that changes
Yeah.
things. I'm not going with for the Jets.
I see the same thing yesterday. I was like, oh man, Flacco gets another chance.
Yeah, I'm not going with the Jets if White's playing. I'm not doing that. I think I'll ride with the Bear train.
Yeah, I took the Bears. Bears +6. I think we can at least cover, make it a fun game.
Timo, Mike, who exactly? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears. I'm going with the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking that +6 to the under. I just got to feel nobody can run away with it unless Fields somehow plays and runs for 80, and he's just got like armor on his shoulder.
Yeah. +6. I'm going with the Bears.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is going to be Falcons, Commanders. Shout out to Tyler Heineke, man. Heineke, however you want to say it.
Heineken Light.
I really respect his game. I actually went back and was watching some old tape, and I really didn't pay too much attention as far as, his throwing accuracy, his awareness, and I'm really surprised because now I see it, right? I see it the last couple games, and I think this would be another one where we're not questioning the Commanders. I think they come out with the victory here against the Falcons.
Sure, I wanted nothing to do with this game. In either way, except for maybe an under the 41. But yeah, all the Falcons have is what's his name? It's slipping me now. The one who ran back the touchdown last week. Patterson.
Cordero.
Patterson. Cordero. Yeah, he's all the Falcons got. Unless he goes off, that they got nothing.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is out, so that's
Yep, that's right. That's right. He went out.
Kyle Pitts is out.
That's one of those. They might not even bring him back, even if he's fine. Like they might still try to just look to sell him or save his career because he's a good tight end.
Yeah, I don't. Drake London really hasn't proved himself yet. We still need more time from him, so he'll get more time. But Falcons aren't going to win this game. I got that. I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah, that's. I don't like that -200, but yeah, I would take the Commanders at 4.5, -4.5 easy. That's not a bad line for that.
No, not at all. All right, what's next? Here we go. So Broncos, Panthers. Baker Mayfield sitting down. He's another one that was benched this week.
That's right. Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's another one that was benched this week. PJ will be starting.
That's why he's already doing them college commercials again, reliving them old glory days. Not even out of the league yet. He's already living them days.
Right. I gotta go. Just get this fixed here. There we go. I gotta go.
Too much of myself is whoa. Don't scare everybody away now.
I'm trying to fix this here. There we go. Is it gonna be Broncos? Let's ride or let's cry again this week? Which one? The spread is.
The Broncos have burned me so many times betting. Like the one week I have faith. Like, oh, maybe Russ will get it together, man. I just feel like the guy just wants to give this this piece of crap another chance, and he fails every time.
So the Broncos will be playing the Panthers. Panthers will be at home. 2-point spread. Denver is favored by 2. Over/under is 36. So that lets you know what Vegas thinks about this game.
Oh yeah, this is another one in one. But the number's so low.
It's really low. Like that's ridiculously low. 36?
It was 30. I think it was 35.5 earlier in the day. It was that bad.
That's like what? Well, it's like that'd be like 2 touchdowns in like the first
That
quarter.
means that just means that every computer out there can't find a reason to give either team
right?
like 20 points each.
Yeah,
And it's like,
even
we can't find any scenario that these guys could put up 20.
even the money line is tight. The money line is minus 130 for Denver and plus 110.
Yeah, the 1.5 is. Yeah, I couldn't find any like. This was a coin flip. Like this was literally a coin flip.
I will say this. I feel like in this game, Russell Wilson will step up because PJ is still developing. He's still learning the game. And I think the Broncos have just enough to edge the victory.
Oh, and they got Darnold listed as starting, so man. Over 0.5 passing touchdowns for Darney, minus 180. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go. I gotta go Denver on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize they put it in stone that Darnold was starting. Yeah, I would just be in such.
Well, they're gonna basically probably do both. That's what I was reading. That said they were probably gonna do both. Play PJ and Darnold.
Yeah, I would just take. Yep. I would just stick with the Broncos if they're already planning on throwing a 1-2 punch.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to you, Timo. I said it.
I would take that minus 1.5.
There is not a standout team in the NFL right now. It goes back to my statement. Every week we see this. There is not a clear standout team in the NFL right now.
Oh, don't even talk about my first week on here. That was a disaster.
Literally everything's
every sure thing. We're like, yeah, man, gonna hit that one. Nope.
No. Well, like I said, it's just like that Dolphins and Texas game. Watch, it's going to be super close. Everybody's going to be freaking out about it, and then something wild's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's when you those are the trap games. If you can spot the trap games and figure those out, those will make or break your parlay. That's what it is. But with that said, like I'm going Denver. I'm going the Broncos in this one.
Yeah, take that minus.
Yeah. All right. Next up is going to be Ravens, Jaguars. This should be another easy one.
Yeah, this is when I couldn't see any reason to go against the Ravens. I mean, it like all the lines actually make sense that I was looking at.
Yeah,
there was no, whoa, they're giving you plus 400 for the Jags. Like it's plus 165. I know Lamar has been struggling as of late.
Trevor Lawrence just really hasn't done it for me. I'm not a believer.
Yeah, not yet. I know it's still early in the kid's career, but it's
I mean, not even that. I just think like he really hasn't fully adjusted to the NFL yet to me. Right? He still plays like he's in college. And I think that's the biggest issue. He hasn't really taken that transition.
He always, to me, he was that quarterback that he's not a natural scrambler, but he relies on it to get out of trouble.
Yep. He's got 2,334 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions versus Lamar Jackson, 1,977 yards, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And then on the rushing side, Lamar has 3 touchdowns as well. Etienne Jr., though, 725 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. So he's been balling, for the Jaguars for the most part.
Yeah.
But they really just don't have a good passing game at all. Really don't.
That's the other part when Lamar's not rushing, like they don't have anybody. Like really, was it Drake? I think was their second.
Happy says Trevor will be a career backup after his rookie contract. Yeah, I'd agree with that, man. I like you got to remember, like once you come in as like a franchise and they invest all this in you, if you don't ball out those first 2 years, you put yourself in a Daniel Jones situation. That's where Daniel Jones is right now. They're like, yo, you got this year to prove yourself, or you're gone. And I'm really surprised that the Giants have the record they do. You know, they pulled out some interesting victories.
Oh yeah, that's finding a way to win with a bad quarterback, man. That's
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go Ravens. I'll take the 4 points. Over under is 43.5.
this. This one I might actually take the minus 195 and try to parlay it just to make some value. And if the Ravens lose, I wouldn't be surprised.
So you go money line?
This could be the one game I was looking at.
Yeah.
That could be a trap.
So would you go money line or are you taking the points?
Giving the Ravens as a dance partner with something. Like if you could find crazy value and like a game you really have confidence in, I would just parlay it with maybe one other game.
Okay. All right. So next up is going to be Chargers Cardinals. I feel like if you give Kyler Murray an Xbox controller, he might win the game. What was he doing on the sideline? He was playing Call of Duty, right?
Was he really?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, he's not,
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man.
He was human. He was a human joystick for a while there.
But the thing about, I feel like Kyler has always been in a really good situation. He just hasn't been able to take advantage of it. Right? He's a really good quarterback, but the pieces around him, even when he had the pieces to win down the stretch, he just wasn't able to get the job done.
Yeah, he's one that I think his divaness just came heavy and hard early, and just really he pissed off the locker room real quick after he had one successful year and didn't even go anywhere with it. Just had one good year. Yeah, just had one great year, and I'm the king of this locker room. You guys just do whatever I say. Whenever I scramble and panic for no reason, deal with it.
Yeah, and the way that Herbert's been playing, man, Herbert is nasty. He's another one. Like, I've really come to appreciate Justin Herbert's arm. This kid can throw. He can throw with accuracy.
He looks like he's a student of the game to me.
Yeah,
like he's got the tools, but he's willing. He will sit there and try to break down defenses and learn. Like he's one guy I do have confidence in later. I think that's why he's still around.
Oh yeah. Eckler's doing very well, 534 yards, 7 touchdowns. So, yeah, I could see the Chargers winning this, even though the matchup predictor says 36.2%.
I would take I don't know. I would take the Chargers -3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers by 3.
Arizona doesn't win at home, do they? Or is it the opposite? I can't remember.
So they lost against the Seahawks at home. They lost against the 49ers. Well, that was in Mexico, so that doesn't count. But they won against the Rams, and they won against the Saints. They lost to Minnesota and the Seahawks the last 5 and the 49ers.
Yeah, so they love losing at home. That's no biggie to that. That's right.
They love losing at home. It's no big deal for them.
No big to them. It's Arizona football.
It's Arizona football. We love losing. Yeah, we're going Chargers, taking the 3.
Yeah, I would take that -3 for the Chargers.
All right. Next up, Raiders and Seahawks. Is the Raiders going to do anything? Are they going to play any kind of football this year?
That's another team. Vegas even sees I put $150 on them. They're like, nope. We're shutting down today. Sorry, Jimbo.
They said, like, Vegas, what was the joke? The house always wins except the Raiders. in Vegas. The house always wins except the Raiders. It's
That's
insane,
a
right?
good one.
Right? They're making all the money with the casinos because the Raiders were losing. That's what it is. This is another one. I mean, Gino, he's coming out. He's
Yeah, I like
gonna have
what
the
Gino's
crowd
doing.
back. Yeah, I like what he's doing. I think the Raiders are tanking intentionally at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, there was always that suspicion now, and I'm sure it's gotten worse, but you don't hear about it.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae Adams does have 925 yards, 10 touchdowns, but you wouldn't think so with the record that the Raiders have.
Yeah, I've talked about that with a few people. Like, you got cars out there where he's a quarterback that could put up 400 yards in any given Sunday, and they can't find anybody open all of a sudden.
Right?
Like the guy's running for his life now. Like, he's got no offensive line.
Yeah, he went from a star quarterback to basically Baker Mayfield overnight.
Yeah, but he's one. I don't think it's his fault. I gotta feel that's a lot on the coaching. And just like our locker room broke down, lost a few pieces they couldn't lose.
Yeah.
Uh,
Either way, I'm going Seahawks. I'm going to take the.
yeah, that's the way I'm looking in this one. Let's see. I know as far as the line.
So next one is.
Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid of taking that 3.5.
Yeah, or either that or the money line. Either that or the money line, but Seahawks are going to win. They're going to win this game. Next up is going to be Rams and
parlay
Chiefs.
too.
Rams and Chiefs at 4:00, 4:25 on Sunday. KC is favored by 15. KC never covers the spread. Chiefs.
Yep.
Kansas City. That's a new nickname. Kansas City never covers the spread. Chiefs. That's what it is.
Garbage point Chiefs, man. As soon as they throw everybody on the bench, here come no opposing garbage points.
They'll win the game, but they won't cover the spread. So,
yeah, I got a feeling over. Yeah, the thing is that even that game ain't even worth parlaying with anything. They got minus 1250. Holy crap!
Well, minus.
We'll give you 10 cents if you put $1 on this.
Yeah, 10 cents. 10 cents for your dollar.
I'll give you 10 cents back for your $1 if you win this bet.
You know what's crazy though is people don't realize there's people putting up $1 million bets on a weekly basis in regards to these kind of odds. I would be like, do you know what the money line is right now for the Rams? Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, plus 800 right now.
Yeah. So you know what I would do? I would take that.
That'd be another guy's worth a sprinkle.
I would.
Maybe you get lucky with a Rams touchdown early and just I'm out.
I'm telling you, you already know me. I'm the cash out early man. They should call me Jay early cash out.
I'll mark that in the sprinkle category.
Listen, if you want to watch how money is easily made, put some money, some short money. You don't have to go crazy on it. Put some money on that Rams 800. Let them score that first touchdown. Snatch it out of there as long as you can get an early cash out. Because you know what's going to happen.
Or just hop on the plus 15.5. If the Chiefs happen to struggle their first 3 drives, they'll start offering you money.
Exactly.
Like either one. Either one. It kind of during the game it kind of comes out the same.
It's easy money. Easy money. But overall, we know that Chiefs are going to take it. I'm just saying they're not going to cover the spread.
Yep, that would be an automatic parlay or just Or like I said, you just hope you could take the Rams at that plus 15.5 because that's a low total for that game.
Yeah, over under is 43 for such a high-powered offense, and the Chiefs, who have the #1 power ranking on the NFL.com. So okay,
and it's all the offense and turnovers. They just get them lucky turnovers.
All right. Next up, Saints 49ers. This is going to be a clear blowout.
Yeah, this is one I don't see the Saints being able to put together something with Taysom or
No.
I don't know what else they can put together.
They're
I
going
don't
to
even think
be at Levi Stadium.
they do.
Okay? They're going to be at Levi Stadium. I don't see them putting up any kind of real fight against that run game. Is Lattimore back? That could be
Who's
a
that?
question. Is Lattimore back?
Oh, I'd have to look.
Cameron Jordan questionable. Marshawn Lattimore's questionable as well. Yeah, I don't see it happen.
Yeah, I don't even see why they would bother.
Yeah, I don't.
Try to get him out there.
Yeah. So easy dub. 49ers at home. I would go. I would go money line. Well, if you're on a parlay, money line would be fine. But if you're betting straight up, you got to take the spread. But I would go 7, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, this would be another maybe look for something in the alternate universe. Try to get maybe the Niners at -7.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't get too bad of a number, like Jay said.
Yeah.
49. Yeah,
49ers.
minus 435. That's find a dance partner. Maybe that's something you throw with. Like what we say. Maybe see what you can get out of this.
Right? Maybe.
What was it?
You know the trick is too. You got to catch them before they take away the early cash out. That's what you got to do. You got to catch it before they take away that early cash out because they'll do it. It'll be like third quarter and your early cash out is vanished.
Niners and Chiefs, you're still only getting minus 312. That's still not worth. I don't know. That's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
Better off just trying to hope there's a little upset at the beginning or they cover.
Yeah. All right. Going 49ers for that one. Next up, it's going to be Packers and Eagles.
This was an interesting one. I mean, all day you want to, it could be a trap. You want to say Eagles, but the Eagles can't stop the run. And if you let the Packers run, they'll tear you apart. Kind of like your Bills.
That's true.
But the Packers, I mean, they got, like we're talking about, a banged-up Rodgers. Their rookies are the only thing they got on offense right now as far as wide receivers.
So this will be in Philly.
This is a tough one.
Eagles are favored by 6.5. Over and under is 46.5. I do feel like, I almost hate to say it, this will probably be a Packers upset.
I think they'd at least keep it a close game. I'm not sure who'd be if the Eagles have any significant injuries.
So as far as the injury report, we have Rasheed Walker, Chris Barnes, Rudy Ford, Tipa Gali is questionable for the Packers. Josh Joby's questionable for the Eagles, so they're pretty much good. What I'm looking at is the fact that the Eagles barely beat the Colts by 1 point.
They've been, I don't know what their problem has been the past 2 weeks, but it looks like they're just like sick and tired and don't care right now.
Oh, we got a good record. We can start losing now. It's all right.
It's like there's no fire under anybody. I don't get it.
Yo, you guys are saying Eagles in the chat. Do you realize
but all those 3 and outs, man, that's not a good sign.
Well, hear me out. Everyone in the chat that's saying Eagles with authority, saying it with your chest. They beat the Colts by 1 point, and they were down by what, 2 touchdowns at 1 point?
Yeah.
Like that's what I look at when I'm making my assessments and going through. That's one of the things I look at. I feel like this is going to be a very close game. Green Bay may upset the Eagles at home. I mean, how much better is the Colts than Green Bay? Right?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing holding the Eagles back is just their own play. They should easily win this game, but it feels like a something's up game.
Well, I mean, let's. They beat Dallas. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Texans. They lost to the Beer Man, and then they won against the Colts by 1 point. So
Yeah, they have had a lot of iffy victories.
yeah, I'm going to go against the grain here, and I'm taking the Packers by a field goal.
Well, yeah, this is that one upset I was looking at. I mean, I hate to have both of us on an upset, but I like it.
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I think
Mason
there's a
Crosby.
tripwire in front. Yeah, I think there's a tripwire in front of my clicker here.
Mason Crosby wins this game.
Oh, that's a good one too.
You like that?
Nice
Right?
little side note.
If that happens, I swear I'm going to make another video just for this call. If Mason,
we'll just have to have you pull back the highlights of this one and be like, all right,
yeah, this will be a highlight. This will be a highlight that I called it. If Mason Crosby wins it, what's the time right now? Timestamp is 1 hour 5 minutes 54 seconds. Mason Crosby wins this game for the Packers.
Mason Crosby walk off. There it is, walk off home run. Oh wait.
All right, here we go. Monday Night Football. This is the last and final game for Week 12. We have the Steelers and Lutza's Colts. She's going to be so excited that we're going to be.
I'm sure she's there.
Football. She's going to be so hyped. Monday Night Football. Steelers and Colts. Indy is favored by 2.5.
This should be a fun game.
Yeah.
I was looking at it earlier. It should be a fun game.
I mean, after seeing what the Colts did to the Eagles, I got to go with the Colts.
Nope, Steelers still having their struggles, like all over the field. I mean, I'd call them like the guys that are still in shambles.
Yeah.
Like they just can't get anything together going right on offense. And their defense isn't what it used to be. Colts defense stepping up this year, at least helping out some of those backdoor victories, man. Just like you were saying.
1,000.
They will have to go with Luda on this one.
Yeah, we're gonna roll Luda. But with that said, this is a wild stat. So Kenny Pickett has 1,426 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 8. 3 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
I didn't even notice that one.
On the flip side, though, Matt Ryan has 10 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. This is battle of the terrible quarterbacks. No disrespect to you, Lutza, but 10-9 is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Over under is 39. Colts favored by 2.5, minus 140 on the money line, plus 118 on the money line for the Steelers, which is really wild. That's so weird that they're saying this is so evenly matched, right? The money line is plus 118 for the Steelers and it's minus 140 for the Colts.
I think it's come down to they're not expecting any offense to really do anything. It's kind of surprises and turnovers.
Yeah, they're not expecting any kind of offense in this game. So
that's all I could picture. I mean, both defenses are struggling. They both stopped the run, though. It's just all each other could do. Right. I would look at minus 140. That's not a bad price.
No, not at all.
The minus 140 for the Colts.
So, Monday Night Football, going with the Colts.
You might see Pickett throw 2-3 more picks in the same game again.
Right. All right, so guys, that is going to be Week 12 predictions. If anybody wants to hop in just for a general chat, you can. You can click on that link that's pinned to the chat. If you guys want to just hop in, chop it up if you can. Make sure that your audio is good. You have a decent camera, please. Don't want to kill the integrity of the stream. If you guys do want to chop it up. If not, we can peel out and
Colts by a blowout from Happy Face.
Colts by a blowout?
That's what we got Happy Face saying here.
Right.
That's right.
What are
Get
you
ready
playing?
for some turkey, y'all.
I think I had the Dolphins number 6. Yeah, I had the Dolphins number 6. That's what I said earlier. Yeah, Miami number 6. Just remember the Texans win. Shout out to you. All right, guys. So yeah, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. If you're going out tonight, my advice, be around people you know. It's real crazy out there. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Watch the news. There's a lot of weird stuff going on out there. So yeah, be safe, guys. Have fun with your families. From mine to yours, and well, I will see you guys tomorrow. 3-game special, and we're giving away that Josh Allen jersey.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great time. Good food, good times, and football.
All right, everybody, be safe.
All right,
Good
guys.
luck.
Have a good night. Peace out.